Hello?
Podcast Network Asia.
The way how our hearts were designed isn't for it to be open. It actually takes more work to close down, to shut down yung puso natin.
Hi, I'm Jarek,
And I'm Apple.
and you're listening to the Langaspix podcast.
Join us every week as we talk about family, faith, and everything in between.
Now powered by Podcast Network Asia and Podmetrics.
Hello mga langga, this is Jerry.
And this is Apple.
And it's the start of the long weekend for us.
It's so long. It's 9 days.
Yeah, it is.
Kaya Eid Mubarak sa mga nakikinig sa amin. Eid Mubarak to all those who celebrate. And for those who don't celebrate but are enjoying the benefits of the weekend, enjoy your weekend.
Yes, exactly.
So this week, we're going to be talking about something na, that we took from a podcast episode. It's taken from Focus on the Family.
It's actually from a
broadcast.
talk.
Yeah, it's from a talk.
That we heard from a talk.
From a podcast. And it was such a nice episode. We thought we would share it with you guys in this week's episode. So before we do that, we just want to make a shout out to all of those malanga who have been messaging us recently through our social media, Instagram, Facebook, even through email. If it's your first time in this podcast, welcome to our podcast. Feel free to reach out to us in any way, or if you want to get to know about us more, please do check out our website, langaspeaks.com.
And I remember the last episode we mentioned briefly about a certain listener that started as an email writer to us, which was recommended to me by my friend Burns Kaasi. And it was such a journey. Shout out to Ree, one of our listeners, na ngayon ay magiging ninong and ninang kami sa kasal niya. Imagine that journey from email writer, connecting with her, sharing what we can, helping her with what we can, and then suddenly becoming our consistent listener,
And
to
then
the point na naging Simbis.
Right.
So we were able to do their pre-marriage, session with them. And eventually, she asked us to be the godmother and godfather.
Talk about pressure, pero it's such an honor, it's such a privilege and a gift that that you would trust us with that. Kaya we were really praying for all those na nakikinig dito sa episode na to. Actually, last week nakapag-deliver din ako, like for the bakery. Like there was this one day that I had to go with my sister to Discovery Gardens, which is basically on the other end of the city, to deliver bread. And then nagulat ako kasi nung sinagot ng tita yung the door, she opened the door to us.
Sinagot niya yung door as in nakipagtalo siya sa door?
Hindi naman.
Hoy, door!
No, she opened the door.
Okay,
Grabe
okay.
ka naman. Maningin naman ako. Sorry na.
Joke lang.
So she opened the door and then she was like, yeah, here's the thank you for the bread, blah, blah, blah. And then there was some gentleman inside. And hindi ba ikaw yung nasa podcast? And I was like, yes po. Tapos sabi daw niya, nakikinig din daw siya. And I said, grabe, thank you Lord na yung to be able to reach out to people you don't know and you really don't know who's listening. Kaya sa inyo mga langga, if you're listening right now and you're trusting us with your time, we're so grateful to
please
you. Flee away. Grabe.
Please feel free to email us and to connect with us. Hindi naman po kami nang i-snub. We want to know you more sa mga nakikinig dito. I remember also when we went for mass the other time. We were all in mask. No one can see us. And then I was speaking to someone and then someone approached me and it's like, Kuya Jerry, ikaw ko pala yan. Kasi narinig ko yung boses mo. so
it's so sweet.
Mas kilala pa nila yung boses ko kaysa sa itsura ko.
Pero it's such a gift. And it's such a gift talaga na we're really so thankful that the Lord allowed us this chance.
Yeah.
And we continue to pray talaga mga langga that every week we're able to share God's love and joy with you.
And that is why our topic for today is about nurturing your langgas heart. I hope that through this episode we'll be able to nurture your heart sa mga nakikinig sa amin at syempre sa mga partners nyo sa buhay at mga nakapaligid sa inyo sa buhay.
True.
Kasi ang langga naman, beloved yan, no? So it doesn't necessarily is limited to
a romantic partner.
To those who have couple or, couples sila. Hindi lang naman doon.
True.
Pati din sa mga mahal nyo sa buhay.
True. Okay. But of course, in this context, in this particular week, we're going to be talking about a specific
Marriage, yes, of course.
Marriage or yung
Romantic relationship.
Of how we're going to be nurturing each other's heart. You know,
I-interpolate nyo na lang sa mga
true.
Sa mga wala pa, tsaka advanced claiming nyo na yan.
Advanced booking, ganyan.
Ina-advance claiming na nila, mga kapuso.
Ina-pencil booking na yung puso ng maging
Redeem promo code.
True. Okay, so in the episode, in that talk, sabi daw niya that the hardened heart is the kiss of death to any relationship.
Tindi naman yan. Hardened heart.
Actually, when I was listening to it, parang sabi ko, nga no, naano din ako. It really opened my mind. All of the problems in a relationship, all of the struggles and issues that people face are usually as a result of a hardened heart towards your partner. And if you go back to the Bible, actually, the only time that Jesus was asked about divorce, yung sinagot niya doon is that he said that Moses only permitted divorce in the community, in the people of God, because of the hardness of our hearts. Yeah. So it was never really the plan of God na magse-separate yung mag-asawa, but because of the hardened hearts of the people, kaya siguro pinagbigyan na lang ni Moses that they would be able to have that facility to divorce from one another. Pero that's the thing when our heart begins to shut down to each other, doon nagsisimula yung pagsarado ng puso natin, and a close heart starts to harden. Yung nagiging para siyang fossilized level.
Kasi trabaho po kasi siya sa petroleum industry, fossil fuel, pinaalala niya.
It's also a chance for us to think about it, no? Yung last week, Jeric was talking about yung puso, yung sa talk sa feast, diba? And yun nga, it was a chance for us to reflect din sa sarili namin na ano ba talaga yung status ng puso natin? Is it fossilized, pang dinosaur levels? Or is it like, from Ezekiel? Speaking
of fossilized, that's why we discussed this before, that marriage is a primordial sacrament that has always been there. It's the original plan of God when it comes to marriage is walang hiwalayan. That you have to work it out. It's a covenant. It's not a commitment that if someone does not do his part, wala na, tapos na yung relasyon. Hindi yun But because of the hardness of heart of people, even Moses, because he's just a guy, he's not God, hindi katulad ni Jesus. Jesus is reminding us to go back to the original plan of what our relationship should be. Should be life-giving, should be self-sacrificial, should not involve a hard heart to deal with. That's why in Ezekiel 36, verse 26, sinabi dito, I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. I will remove your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. In our life, sa dami ng pinagdadaanan natin, minsan nakakalimutan na natin na magkaroon ng panibagong puso. Parang minsan kasi ngayon, if you look at outside, the materials that you will see will always be about self-centeredness. It's all about building yourself to the point na you will not be damaged anymore by other people's emotion. You will not be affected by other people's, in their way of relating to you. To the point na namamanhid na yung puso natin. We're not even giving a chance for people to really know us for who we are.
True.
And that involves the hardness of heart. Yun yung talagang hardness of heart. Minsan, sa sobrang self-love, the wrong version of self-love, doon nagkakaroon ng pagtigas ng puso.
Speaking of pagtigas ng puso, when Jeric and I...
Wag na lang nga yung
hardness of heart. Speaking of hardness of heart, earlier when Jeric and I, we were discussing about this topic and we were just sharing each other's reflections, may na-share silang about ano yun? Yung sa Pharaoh of Egypt? Right?
Si Pharaoh.
The Pharaoh, yeah.
Yes. Because there's the version there na I was confused na, ba't ganun? Si God din naman yung nagpapahard ng heart ni Pharaoh. Tapos, para hindi niya palayaan yung mga Israelites. There was this inkling in me. And then, I went through the rabbit hole. And there was a very good way of how theologians and Bible scholars saw it. That God really did harden the heart of Pharaoh, not because he wanted Pharaoh to suffer or he wanted Egypt to suffer or whatnot. It's because the same light, which is God, can either harden a clay or melt a wax. Yung choice pa rin na kay Pharaoh on whether he will humble himself before God or he will go with his pride to harden his heart. So it's also his free will that he made the choice to close his heart to God's presence. Yung same light na yon that could have melted a wax, hardened his heart like a clay.
That was the first time, that I heard that kind of explanation. And sa totoo lang, thinking back, pag nabasa mo yun, parang if you didn't have that understanding, kasi diba we always are taught na God gave us free will, we have the freedom to make choices. So ibig sabihin that God took control of his heart. So God broke his rule of giving us free will. Ganon. Hindi rin pala. I guess the same thing na when things happen to us, it's really the way how we react. It's a choice that we make, right?
Yes.
Even if we can't control the things around us, the way how we react, yun yung sa atin eh. Kaya why do we keep talking about hardened hearts here? Yun nga sinabi dun sa talk. It was like, sabi daw nila, the secret to a great marriage, many people will say it's communication, it's prayer, it's a good environment, it's a good person, it's a well-qualified, ganyan. Pero ultimately, it comes down to whether yung dalawang puso na nasa marriage ay open sa isa't isa. The secret to a great marriage are the two open hearts of those people in the relationship.
Kasi kung hindi bukas yung puso nila, wala rin namang magaganap na communication, wala rin magaganap na openness with one another. It all starts from this one that you've mentioned.
Kaya if you go back to the book of Proverbs, yung si King Solomon, he said it best. Sabi daw niya, above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. But the thing is, yung understanding natin of the term guarding, minsan kasi natitwist siya na nagiging very, very closed. Akala kasi natin, yung guard, yung pagpuprotect sa puso natin, ibig sabihin, bawal na pumasok ko. Isasarado ko na yung sarili ko sa buong mundo. I'll close myself off.
Para hindi ako masaktan.
From everybody around me. At least I'm doing a good thing. But the thing is, what are we guarding our hearts from doing? The question or the idea of guarding our hearts should not be to close ourselves off from people. It's more of guarding our hearts from closing down. Kasi yung puso natin, kung anong nilalaman ng puso natin, yung nagfo-flow out eh. Sabi nga sa verse, it is the wellspring of life. So for us to be able to guard it, in the sense na instead of stopping anybody from coming in, it's more of guarding it so it'll continue to remain pure and full of life.
Yes.
Kasi if we guard our hearts to the point that nothing can come in, nothing can go out, the wellspring will stop flowing. Yung pagkaintindi natin sa pag-guard ng puso natin is to close it, which is going against the reason or against the ultimate the reason kung bakit tayo ginawa ng Diyos, which is to be able to love, to give love, because we were made in the image of love, diba?
We'll be right back.
Have you ever thought about what kind of parent or partner you want to be?
Or what kind of family you'd want to have?
Tara, together with my spouse, Tammy,
together with my husband, Dennis, pag-usapan natin yan.
And let's grow together as parents and partners on our Parenthood podcast.
In this podcast,
we'll talk about principles and practical tips on marriage,
parenting, and family life.
Listen to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other podcast streaming platforms.
Now back to the episode.
Exactly. It is the same thing when we went to the Holy Land. That's why there is the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea is dead. It's full of saltiness. It's because there's no water flowing out. It's only receiving love. Yun naman din. It's one of closing din ng heart yun kasi nagre-receive ka lang pero wala kang binibigay. Unlike the Sea of Galilee, in equal measure that they receive from the Jordan River, pareho ang source nila, malangga. Kasi pwedeng ganun eh. Pwedeng receiver ka lang din. Pero it means na close din yung heart mo kasi open lang siya from one end. Pwedeng you're just receiving it. Because the Dead Sea and the Sea of Galilee has one source, which is the River Jordan. But for the Sea of Galilee, in equal measure that it receives, it gives away to the rest. That's why it's thriving with life. So, mga langga, we have to ask this question, why does my heart close? Bakit nagsasara yung puso natin? Is it because of the negative comments na nare-receive natin sa mga tao? Is it because of the situations that we are in? Maybe we do not feel safe with someone right now in our relationship. Kasi we start to close them because, again, it's rooted in fear. Na there's no one that can save you out of this. Actually, there's no one, but only one, which is a person, but not physically with you right now. Maybe it's the langga that we're always been talking about. Sometimes we depend our safety, let's say our heart, to someone na, ay, sige, ito na, sana siya na. Siya na. Diba? Usually, we anchor it in one person that we know will ultimately change. That is why the reminder of this podcast has always been na dapat i-share natin sa taong hindi nagbabago.
True.
Which is Jesus.
True. Pero if you think about it as well biologically, kung paano na-design yung puso, di ba may mga valves yon, and for the blood to flow,
Sabi
for
mo
the
mga
heart...
valves na yan?
Binocular?
Wow.
Ano daw?
Hindi na po niya alam.
Arteries and...
Venticular, chuchi.
Venticular, yes. Venticular. Mga arteries,
wow,
mga veins.
Taray, arteries. Alam mo pa ba yan?
Mga chambers of the hearts. Kasi apat yung chamber ng puso eh.
Chambers of Secrets ba yan?
Ay, hindi.
Chamber of
Harry
Secrets.
Potter. Hindi, pero kasi if you think about how the heart was designed biologically, for a heart to become for a heart to beat and for blood to flow in and out, may mga valves yun, diba? So blood has to flow through the heart, in and out yun. And when the heart is unable to pump out,
pump it louder. Pump it louder.
Or when a heart is unable to receive the love or a heart is unable to receive the blood from, to be pumped to the rest of the body. Doon na siya nagsha-shut down. Ano?
Sige, kaya mo yan.
Oo, nahihirapan. Hindi kasi ako biologist, hindi ako doktor. pero, if you think about biologically, it also applies to the metaphorical heart, the way how we're talking about na the way how our hearts were designed is it for it to be open. It actually takes more work to close down, to shut down yung puso natin.
That's why the question on that is, how do we keep our langgas heart open to me? Diba? It's how do we keep it safe? How do we keep it open? How do we prevent it from closing down?
And this is where it comes back to the idea of safety. What if our goal is to create relationships that feel safe? What if every marriage on earth is where the partners felt safe? What if our homes that we go home to, yung sa mga magulang natin, sa mga kapatid natin, our homes were the safest place on earth? Maging the world will not be the same of how it is today. The thing is kasi, mga langga, our hearts can close kasi with many, many factors. Kahit busy tayo, pagod tayo, or maybe there are external factors. Hindi natin makakontrol yun kasi they're outside our locus of control. But what we can control is the environment. Especially kunwari sa mag-asawa, what we can control is the environment of our marriage.
That's
and
true.
this is where emotional safety comes in. For the marriage to thrive, for the pulse of the marriage to continue beating, and for the wellspring to continue, flowing sa...
Ito na naman po yung mga flowing. Ito na naman po yung pumping out.
Louder! Nandito pala yung black eyed peas.
Nadadala po si Apple na pag-flow out talaga.
But this is where the safety that we're talking about. But then
Exactly.
what does emotional safety mean?
Yung emotional safety kasi is when you feel free to reveal who you are. Ito yung mention din natin sa mga previous episodes natin, especially in Love and Responsibility, when you are truly naked to the person next to you. Well, sabihin nila, dapat pala hubad. Hindi. Again,
possible.
for the context of marriage,
Yes.
Nakedness doesn't only mean physically, but also it means you're sharing your deepest thoughts, your dreams to the person. You reveal who you really are without fear.
True.
Or without prejudgment
Right.
of the other person. It is the moment of emotional safety is when you share the deep parts of your heart to those you feel safe with.
Ito na yung intimacy na sinasabi kasi kahit hindi lang, kasi you can be physically naked with someone, but you can be emotionally, mentally, spiritually closed off and shut off from them. And the thing is kasi, maybe we might maybe some of us may decide or maybe desire to get married and enter into relationships because we believe that our partner keeps us safe. We experience that emotional safety with the partner. But then, when life goes on, when the routine of life goes on, like we mentioned earlier, yung puso nagsasara din because of things that, the factors that affect. So what do we do? How can we continue to
keep it open?
Keep it open whenever these times of closing hearts come in, diba? This is where we talk about nourishing and cherishing. This is the attitude. These are it's the attitude that we have and the actions that we do in a marriage that help for this flowing. Na naman, bumabalik naman tayo sa flowing. It helps to...
Favorite word niya.
Today.
Po ni Expo yung flow.
Yung flowing ngayon. It's the attitude and the actions we do in the marriage. It helped for our partner's heart to remain open sa atin.
Okay. Cherishing kasi nga, ganda ng word na cherish. Kaso minsan nalalagay na lang natin sa songs or nalalagay na lang natin siya sa, ano ba to? Sa mga sweets. Cherish.
Ano daw?
Yung ba yun? Ay, hindi pala yun. So, it's an attitude, mga langga. Basically, you're saying, I get how valuable my langga is. Kung gaano siya ka-valuable sa buhay ko. We tend to lose this when we get frustrated or mad. When we try to make our partners an scapegoat of our emotions. Nagkakatharsis ka na sa partner mo. Lalabas mo lahat sa kanya. Nawawala, nire-reduce mo yung value ng partner mo. But the thing is, by cherishing, the value of our partner does not really, I mean, it doesn't change. Yung taong mahal mo, di ba sabi nga sa ating Love and Responsibility series, dapat hindi natin makalimutan yung original value ng taong minamahal natin. Hindi na dapat natin silang gamitin for our utilitarianism. Wow,
Bumabalik na yung mga favorite words. And just because kunwari magalit ako kay Jeric, hindi ibig sabihin na wala yung value niya bilang tao. Kasi yung value niya bilang tao, hindi sa nararamdaman ko. His value as a person, his dignity as a person does not reduce just in the way, because of how I view him or the way how I feel about him at that particular moment. His inherent value, his inherent dignity as a person comes from the one who created him in the first place.
The ultimate langga.
The ultimate langga. And how he values Jeric as a person, it should be the standard of how I should value Jeric.
Kaya ang tawag dapat sa mga tao na minamahal natin, yung langga mo, treasured possession yan ng Panginoon. His treasured possession is that person that you love. Sabi nga, where your treasure is, there your heart is also. It doesn't only pertain, as we understood it, na it doesn't only pertain to the physical assets, but more so for the valuable person that you are with. Disregarding what you feel at the moment, yun nga, hindi nagpabago. Huwag mo natin kalimutan na yang taong kinaiinisan mo ngayon dahil may ginawa, may in-add to cart na hindi naman nagpaalam.
Ako ba yun?
May pinapanood na K-drama na hindi nag-share.
Hindi naghuhugas ng pinggan.
Hindi na, tulad ngayon, meron pa tayong hugasan doon. No? So, hindi nagbabago because of those situations or because of the emotion at the moment. You have to remember na mahal yan ng Panginoon. Yung taong yan na kiniinisan mo, mahal yan ng Panginoon. Treasured possession yan, tulad mo.
And when we adopt that attitude towards our langga, when we adopt that new set of eyes, yung perspective towards sa kanya, then lumalabas yung mga actions on how we be able to reopen yung puso natin sa isa't isa. Like for example, dun sa talk, yung nakwento niya, yung mga magulang niya were married for like 40 years, 40 decades na, 40 years or something. Tapos kahit mga ganun na edad, nag-aaway pa rin sila. Pero yung ginawa ng tatay niya, meron pala siyang kinompile na isang document of things, of the reasons kung bakit minamahal niya yung asawa niya. And those serve as a physical reminder of the reason of why he loves his wife. Actually, recently, na siguro kasi nagka-trending ulit yung Twitter, di ba? Because of the recent purchase, ganyan.
Tapos, our Tito Elon.
Ay, Tito Elon. Tino makamana.
Thank you, Tito Elon, for $44 billion.
True. Wow.
Baka naman.
Wow. But then, you know what? Because of that, I was nudged to reopen my Twitter. I like to download Twitter app again. And then I was checking my DMs. And then I saw yung mga exchange of messages namin ni Jeric nung 2013 ba? Yung nagpaparamdam lang siya sa
2013, nagdi-DMs tayo sa Twitter. It's so Tito's.
As in like, yung nagpaparamdam na si Jeric sa akin, yung pa-flirt sick sa akin through my DMs.
Talaga?
Oo.
Parang di naman yung naramdaman ko. I'm just, tweeting my way.
Yung mga...
Tweeting my way downtown.
Walking past me. Ganun. Tapos yung... like I was reading it, yung he was asking me when my birthday was.
Kinikilig siya mga langga.
Guys,
Pumunta siya talaga.
talaga.
Naghuhugas ako ng pinggan. Akala mo may balitang. Akala ko talaga may papakita kang binili sa akin. Tapos, nung pinakita mo yung DM, sabi ko, grabe, kilig na kilig to. Dapat damihan ko pa yung message ko sa Instagram ngayon para after 15 years, Instagram naman yung titignan niya.
No, pero kasi, it was such a moment for me to remember na, oo nga, no, ganyan kami. Like, I used to be able to, kasi syempre ngayon, kasama ko si Jeric in the routine of life, of having a family and things like that. It's not that I don't get kilig with Jeric anymore. Pero yung to be reminded ba of the way how I used to see Jeric without the fault. Yung parang... No, but to be reminded of how it was when everything just started. I think it should be like that. I think that's the beauty of being reminded. Kaya siguro yung mga tao, they love watching their wedding videos again and again, or yung mga letters nila before, binabasa nila ulit, or they look at pictures.
Kailangan basahin yung thank you journal ko sa'yo.
Oh.
Yung I thank you today, yung 365 plus entries.
I remember
Every
that.
day I write thank you. I wrote a thank you entry for Apple. Even though nag-aaway kami sa isang araw na yun, let's say, thank you ko pa rin siya. Thank you kasi nakakaasar ka.
I was also reminded that for yung 2 years sa pagde-date namin bago kami kinasal, I maintained a journal where I would write and like I would just write about him, or I would write as I was praying for him, ganon, and I gave it to him on our wedding day. I think na things like that help us remind, and especially for couples, now na when life settles in, and then there's all the stress of everything that's happening around, and there's a strain being placed on marriages. Sometimes even as young as less than 5 years, you get a lot of strain on the relationship, and sometimes we just need to be reminded the external factors that surround our marriage isn't the reason kung bakit mo pinili yung napangasawa mo. Right?
Exactly. That's the Langga's message to us. In order for us to nurture our Langga's heart, kailangan magpa-nurture din tayo sa Langga mismo. Kay God mismo, magpa-nurture tayo. Let us not be that Pharaoh in the time of Exodus, no? Let's not be that in the time of Moses na God was with the Pharaoh as well. God is present naman with everyone. He was with the Pharaoh, but then he hardened his heart by not opening his heart to the one who held his heart in the first place. So, a-reminder din sa akin yun na in order for me to give love to you, I have to love him first, because it is only the overflow of my love for him, yung love niya sa akin, that I get to love you properly. Yun din yung tamang pagmamahal na kailangan mo yung overflow ng pagmamahal ng Diyos sa akin.
So, ibabalik na natin yung mga Twitter DMs natin sa isa't isa.
Exactly. If you would like to follow us, we have at Langga Speaks. We put there God Whispers. We basically share God Whispers na nare-receive ko, and then we reshare it there. So, I hope you can follow us as well in Twitter.
Why not? Nice plug. So yeah, mga langga, if this episode has touched you or encouraged you or brought yung reactivated yung flowing of your wellspring of life.
Kala ko reactivated Twitter.
Tito Elon, we pray for you na sana yung puso mo ay, if it's been hardening, if it's been fossilizing for the longest time because of hurt, because of pain, because of experiences and factors beyond your control, we pray na the Spirit will help you to move from a hardened heart to melt like wax, na para ma-experience mo yung buhay na
mas magaan, yung buhay na, yung pusong mas magaan at malayang magmahal. Magmahal na mas malalim.
True. Amen.
So, if you found value here, tulad ng pagsarado ng mga puso, binubuksan din po namin ang aming pakape. buymeacoffee.com/langga. buymeacoffee.com/LANGGA. If you are openly willing to support our show, we are willing and open to receive it as well. So this is me, Jerry.
And this is Apple.
Always reminding you na palangga ka sa Diyos. Langga, I cherish you. But parang hindi ka na naniniwala.
Naniniwala naman. We just spoke about it. Kaya, adya. This goes out to all those 90s kids. If you know, please sing along.
Hindi ko alam ito eh. Charot.
All I am, all I'll be, everything in this world, all that I'll ever need is in your eyes, shining at me. When you smile, I can feel all my passion unfolding.
Your head brushes mine. Taas naman ang binigay mo sa akin. And 1,000 sensations seduce me, 'cause I do cherish you for the rest of my life. You don't have to think twice. I will love you still. For the depths of my soul, it's beyond my control. I waited so long to say this to you. If you're asking, do I love you this much? I do. Also,
Baby, and
ayun, yun pala yun. Hindi ko alam tong
itong version to eh. Cover din kasi siya. Shout out Justin Vasquez.
In my world before you, I lived outside my emotions, didn't know where I was going till that day I found you. How you opened my life to a new paradise. In a world torn by change, still with all of my heart, till my dying day, I do cherish you
For the rest of my life, you don't have to think twice.
I will love you still. From the depths of my soul, it's beyond my control. I've waited so long to say this to you. If you're asking, do I love you this much? Baby, I do. Dami kong gulod, daming vibrato,
Wala yan.
maraming maiinis sa version na to.
See you next week, mga langga.
The views and opinions expressed by the podcast creators, hosts, and guests do not necessarily reflect the official policy and position of Podcast Network Asia, the hosts of the program, or other programs of the network. Any content provided by the people on the podcast are of their own opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything.